Hello, super quick intro. Today I'm going to be showing you the solution for the Hanayama W-U puzzle. Let's get straight into it. So here we have a fully assembled W-U puzzle. Now the key to this one, or one of the keys, is first in the actual ring that we're trying to separate. And as you'll see on your W-U puzzle, is in this ring there is a bit of a gap, almost like it's trying to complete the horseshoe, but it's been welded together poorly or not into a complete circle. But this gap is extremely important because it's this gap in here that allows us the space to slide over two of these pegs, is what I'm going to call them, at the same time. And that'll make more sense in a second. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your W-U puzzle in this position here, and we're going to turn it so that pretty much two of the chains, or two opposite corners with the chains attached, cross. And we're going to get this peg onto this side and this peg onto this side. Now the only difference, or the only extra bit, is that we also want this peg down here to be on this side as well. So we'll get to that position and then pause. So here we've crossed over this peg and these two pegs down here, and then we bring the the two horseshoe bits together. But at the same time, this is where the gap in that ring is important. So once you're in this position, we need the gap to be in a place where this can then slide down all the way down to the bottom in this position here. And once it's in this bottom position, we just need to pass it over the horse's head. And then again, it's easier to demonstrate why this gap is important for this move, because essentially we're using that same gap to come up and over the top here. If we didn't use the gap, we don't have enough room to slide up. So we position the gap in this position like we had to for the previous move, and we separate the W-U puzzle just like that. And for putting the W-U back together, it's a little bit more straightforward than taking it apart is, or was. But first of all, we need to get this the two double horseshoes in the right position. So we're gonna put them as close together as we can in this position here. And we want to be as in a position where it's easiest to use these three pegs at the same time, because it's these three pegs that we're going to be taking the ring over. And again, we're using that gap to slide down. If we didn't use the gap, we've not got enough room. So we use the gap to slide all the way down to the bottom in this position here. We should have enough room to go over the horse's head. And then as long as we use the gap in the right position, you can essentially just pull these two bits apart, make sure the gap is in the right position in here. And all we then do is just slide it up and reconnect and fully assemble the W-U puzzle just like that. So there we go, that is how you disassemble and then reassemble the W-U puzzle, which is a mouthful to say. For the solution itself, it can be quite fiddly trying to get sort of like the third hook through, and then as long as you've got the orientation right where that little bit of an extra gap can sort of slide down and around, it's a fairly straightforward one to follow, this one. And hopefully this has helped you solve the W-U puzzle for yourself. If you want to see me struggle through it for the first time, or any of these other Hanayama puzzles and the step-by-step solutions to all of these, then be sure to click my face here to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace!